Okay, so we'll try again. This is the second time I've tried this video. I've been talking for around about 15 minutes before this video actually came on, and I realized that it wasn't actually working properly. So hopefully now that it's working properly this time, and it's on the second time round. So I'm going to quickly go in and see if I can see it again before I start waffling for another sort of 20 minutes and find out if I hadn't talked to anyone. So bear with me 2 secs. Let's have a quick look, see if I'm actually on there this time. Quickly go in and see if I can see it again. It's working this time. So I start waffling for another sort of 20 minutes and find out if I actually talk to anyone. Yeah, right. So it's actually working this time. I've got a view of this. Hello there. So okay, right, so I do apologise. I did actually start at 12 o'clock today. I was talking for 20 odd minutes, 15, 20 minutes, until I realised it actually wasn't working properly. It was saying live on my other ones. You probably see it uploaded in a bit. It says no views. I can see it sort of on there. So if you want to see what I chatted about 10 minutes ago, have a quick look at that other video sort of on there. But on a brief little catch up, I mainly talked around what I was doing over the weekend. So I got the car fixed on Friday, so that means Saturday we were able to go to Birmingham for a craft and sewing show for my wife. On the way back from Birmingham, I drove past Coventry and picked up a large, massive haul of 110 volt power tools, in which I sat down all day Sunday, all morning Sunday, looking at them to make sure they worked, they tested and checked the cables and the conditions of them all, and then took all my photos. Sunday afternoon we went out and got some fire stuff to build a barbecue, and then Sunday evening we had a family barbecue. I'm sort of coming around. If I'm talking funny, I'm not going to talk too long because I've got a killing ulcer round about here, sort of on here. Plus I got an ulcer there and an ulcer there. I don't know why I've got these 3 ulcers all in one go, but my mouth is killing and it's really, really hard to talk. Sort of on here. Yeah, so I do believe I can see it's actually working. I picked up 4 viewers straight away. It's a I literally joined. I did go on early, but my computer wasn't working properly, so it didn't upload the first thing. There is another video to this just before this one, sort of on here. So so that is what I did over the weekend. Had that large haul of what are these called? Drills. That's it. Yeah, large haul of drills, and sort of quite fun to. And I'd never picked those things up before. That was the first time. I wanted to pick something up, and there was nothing inside his garage sale to pick up other than tools, and I thought, well, let's go for it. You're only going to live once and learn once, so something new to learn about. In doing so, I found out there's lots and lots of money in new tools, but there's not so much money in second-hand tools. I've realised. So not the values which I thought was going to be. I thought I was going to get out £40–50 per tool. I'm only getting about £20–30 per tool, but still I paid around about £8 to £10 a tool, so I'm still getting a lot more money's worth on there itself. So I'm good. I've got 6 views in now, so hello to everyone. So you've popped in, sort of on there. I don't know if my chats work, if anyone's actually chatted anything in there, because this today is really, really awkward. This thing's not working whatsoever. So if anyone is able to chat in the chat, let me know, because I can't see it on my phone. It's sort of on there, and it's not coming on here as well. So we'll soon find out if something pops in. Right, so other things I want to talk about sort of on today. I did actually do a quick roundup of my shed on the last video, if you want to have a quick look at it. Oh yeah. Hi Andy. Yeah, so I'm good to see the chats working sort of on here. I can actually see it on there. So that's good. So on there itself. Hi Rhoda. Yeah, I've just seen your popped up as well. So I know it's actually fully working. So I'll do a quick roundup again. So I did have a roundup of the sheds where we are at the moment. So all the stuff which you see me at the moment is all listed behind me. Hi Retro Boot Disc. Yeah. So what we're working on at the moment in the house is getting a new photo area. For all these clothes. None of these clothes are listed. There's probably about 300 or 400 sort of close in there. So that's going to take me up to nearly 1,000 listings. So at the moment, I'm sitting at 500 listings. I want to go to 1,000. And then we've just got a whole load of stuff. Look at this. Look. Pile of shame there. I'm trying to hold the laptop. It's a bit wobbly. So we've got all this sort of that's camping equipment. I was bunged in there yesterday, so I'm not too worried too much about that. We've got some auctions up the top. Auctions at the top there. List ending in a few days. All these books sort of behind me on the top shelves. They are ticking over slowly, but over the next couple of days. As you all know, I recalled all my DVDs back from Amazon, which I didn't realise at the first. I should have looked into it a bit more. It costs 60p per DVD to bring it back to Amazon, or 20p to destroy it. The DVDs aren't worth too much anyway, so really looking at it, I paid 30 quid to buy the things. I sent them up there for a fiver. I just bought them back for another 30 quid, so it's not too much in it really. So really looking at it over there, I should have just left them. So I've got loads more up there, so I'm just going to leave them there now until they get to that 6-month period. After 6 months they haven't sold, then I'll probably look about destroying them, because it's cheaper that way than it is to recall those things. But what I'm now doing now for Amazon, I'm now only selling items which are over £5 in value for media, for CDs and DVDs or computer games. So I'm not doing any lower end sort of stuff up there anymore. And but I am looking at books. I've got 2.5 shelves of books sitting up there. So over the next couple of days, I'm going to sit there and scan them into Amazon to see, do they hold any better value up at Amazon? Especially I've got loads and loads of Harry Potter things. At the moment, Harry Potter sort of died down. So I might see about sending them up there. They might sell a little bit better individually, sort of up at Amazon. So that's where I'm going with Amazon at the moment. Plus, I've also got some new and sealed toys and Lego sets up there. I've got some new and sealed Lego sets in my Lego store. I'm ready to go up there as well, ready for the fourth quarter. And I'm getting some other stuff. I'm doing some retail arbitrage suit stuff, probably near the end of the month, ready to go up there as well. So that is what we're looking at for. Other things which I'm working on at the moment is my Nerf things. The Nerf guns are selling quite well, sort of on there, but I've got a few guns which I wanted to try to make out a little bit better sales. I'll get one out. I'll show you. I've done a video of this, which I haven't uploaded yet. Is the long strike. Yeah, that just fits in this frame. So the Nerf's long strike was a bit of a flop when Nerf actually built it in the first place. They built it as a sniper rifle. It only had a range around about 10 foot when fired, because it's such, the spring's there, but the spring didn't give enough power to send it all the way out and actually give good range. So it didn't really sell too well. And it doesn't really sell on eBay too well as well because of that. So what I've done, I've modified this one. I've now got a much stronger spring inside here, which is giving it a 200% increase in range. So it now fires at 300 foot. It now fires around about 30 foot. The only downside at the moment is I need to look into the rare stock. Because you need so much more power to cock the weapon, when you hold this into your shoulder, it sometimes collapses the rare stock. Yeah, it's not making it so it collapses it down, yeah, sort of onto there itself. So what I'm looking at doing is taking it apart again and putting some plastic tubing inside here to leave it out. Yeah, so but then I have to sell it as fixed stock, holding stock. You see on this is really hard to push this forward, but it makes a much better noise than a little thud what it used to. So and I don't like me, you can cock it, but if you've got to put it inside his shoulder, yeah, it's doing it at the moment. Yeah, so yeah, you see that, yeah, because I had to put extra pressure into my shoulder. I brought it down sort of on there. So that's why I need to put some extra stuff into there. And if you haven't got any ideas what one looks like inside, I've got another one at the moment, which I'm doing at the same time as well. So this one is, I've opened it up. The spring, I've changed the spring inside here, but this one's catching inside here somewhere. So this needs to have a little catch up. So once I get the new spring arrive, I'm not buying a new spring yet until that one sells. So if that sells at a good price, then I am going to put it up there. And then then I'll redo this one at the same time. It's very, very awkward to take apart, even harder to actually put back together again. So that's why I did a video on it. So you'll see that video coming up next couple of days to see how to do those things. What we said here, retro boot disc, yeah. And yeah, I've got to make a decision soon with my stock. I reduced all my prices and then go into high storage fee, and some of them sold within a day. Yeah, so that as well, that they've done such, Amazon's changed things so much on there for values and things like that, and that high storage fee is just incredible. So or some people who I'm still dabbling into FBA at the moment to find out what goes well and what doesn't. So yes, I've learned if you've got a high volume of stock, so you can drop the prices right down. But if you haven't got that high volume, it's really, really hard to compete with some of the bigger sellers up at Amazon for DVDs and the sort of stuff. So that's what I need to look at sort of on there. But that's where I'm working with the Nerf. I've still got all my broken Nerf ones, which are still sitting down in my shoe last week, which through, and I'm also now looking at DSs and sort of things like that, reconditioning consoles. I still haven't done that PS4, which I showed you last week. That's still sitting there. It's just been really, really busy. I think the hardest thing was last week that I didn't have a car. I spent an entire week without a car. If you ever tried doing that as a reseller, or doing that when you lived with a car since I could drive, having 1 week without one, that's really, really hard work. I had to cycle 4 or 5 miles a day just to get to my Lego store and back, then trying to get all the equipment down to the post office every day, walking down there. You probably saw a post I put on Facebook a few days ago of a pushchair laden with bags of postage, which I had to push down like 2 miles down to the post office. So back, that's going to be really, really nice. I can sit back and actually start doing things a little bit easier. I can pick stuff up, I can sell more sort of stock and work on more, because I'm not wasting. I was wasting probably about 4 hours a day just cycling places, 3-4 hours a day just cycling places back and forwards to actually get the stock. So there we are. That's what I'm working on. So I'm working on the Nerf, working on the consoles, getting the stock up sort of on there. I don't really think there's too much more off the top of my head which I'm really working on at the moment, other than trying to get rid of this silly ulcer, which is killing me talking. So I'm probably going to stop it in the next sort of 5 minutes, because it's actually really, really hurting. I need to put something on it, sort of on here. We've got a school fete this afternoon. Short notice. I took my kids to school this morning, and posters up on the school walls and on the gate said school fete this afternoon 3:30. That's the first bit of information we've had for the school fete. So I don't know how many people will be turning up to the school fete at 3:30, but they're doing free. They're doing vegetable bowling, which I read sort of on it. They're doing free face painting. They've got a tombola. They've got a raffle. Cake stores sort of thing on there, and that was about as far as I could see. So I wonder we're actually going to be in there. So I'm going to have a little walk around, but we can't stay too long because my daughter's got to go to her gymnastics class this evening. No, wrong, dance class. Monday she does modern dance, tap dance, and ballet dance. All 3 of those in one day. So that's what we're going to do this evening. But I'm going to shoot off now because I need to get some food, sort this out. I need to get to the storage locker and back again within an hour, because my wife goes to work at the school as a teacher in 45-50 minutes. So I need to get down there to the storage locker. But if anyone's got any questions, fire now. If not, I'm going to shoot off very quickly, because this is I was only planning a 20-minute video. This is my second attempt sort of on there. Yeah. What we got? Yeah, it's a retro boot disc. If you look in inventory planning, it gives you some items for long-term storage fees, plus for items, each item. Some of the items have £8 fees, as such, have been listed a year. Yeah, I've looked into that before. That's what I need to really, really look into. That's why I wanted to put higher price items into FBA, not lower price things, because then you can sort of offset sometimes the higher storage fees if you know those big items will sell at a good price at a later date, sort of on there. So that's why I need to weigh up sort of on there. So I'm looking at books as well, because you get some sort of discounts fees when you're selling books from Amazon at the same time as well. So that's what I want to look into a little bit more. But thanks for everyone who stayed long sort of on this. Yes, I know it's a little bit later. There is a first part to this where I do talk a little bit more about the power tools, and I talk a bit more about my storage locker and sort of thing in a bit more detail, but I just brushed over on the start of this video. Thanks again, and I'll see you later on. Bye for now.